Hello, welcome to the daily political live stream here on the Black and Orange channel. I am known as Autumn around here, and I take 12 political questions at 12 noon every day, unless something unusual happens. Every day I'm here. Matter of fact, on Saturday, so Boxing Day, day after Christmas, will be 1 year. I've been doing the live stream daily for a year. So that will be that. Okay, this is going to be too heavy to wear there, but I have my candy canes. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. While I am no longer Christian, I still celebrate the spirit. I celebrate the spirit of Christmas. So, all right. Yesterday we got sidetracked. I got sidetracked, but we did because it was also in the news. Whoops. Okay. You're trying to go up. I have got my notebook today and like yesterday, and there are a bunch of questions I didn't cover yesterday. However, I don't normally go back and watch any of my old videos, but I did rewatch part of yesterday's because I was trying to figure out, because I ended up with some questions. I was puzzled, and I kept getting sword cards, court sword cards, and I kept getting the Justice card, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, over and over and over and over, and I couldn't figure out why, because I read on the possibility of like Letitia James and Cy Vance going after Trump, but I wasn't getting anything, and it's like, no, they are going to wait. That was a slower track. And then so this morning it dawned on me, and that I don't know how it could be related, but pardons, that's legal. That would come under swords. It was not military. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm going to wave my pen and say, it is not going to be the military. All right, so that's what that is. I forgot my earrings. But anyway. All right. Geek Hillbilly. Will the orange sniffing horror return to DC? All right. So the one thing I did want to look at today is I wanted to look at the situation again with this whole Trump throwing a wrench in things. And I don't know. I guess part of it is I'm still learning how to trust it, because there's always still a part of me that's like, it must be my imagination. It couldn't be that you can just reach your energy out. You could just talk. That you could just have guides and ask them questions and most of the time get the right answer, or read on all of this stuff happening and most of the time be correct. It just, I don't know. There's always, no matter what happens, there's always some part of me that's like, really? But then things like the readings coming up to this mess, where it goes right up to the line, and like it's going through absolute, and then it just falls apart. It just breaks down. And day after day, I was getting that same reading, and I was like, oh, come on. And then everybody's saying, oh, come on, it's no big deal. And then it happened. And now what I'm getting is that Trump, this whole thing about, oh, he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't. Oh, yes, he does. He has a very definite plan. And the plan is, you put me in power for another 4 years. You find a way to do that, or I'm going to throw a wrench in everything you ever do. And the devil's bargain that the Republicans made with Trump is pay up. So, yeah. All right. If you're watching this on replay, do come by because I take questions out of the chat. Although today I'm probably going to be reading a lot on this mess. If there's going to be a government shutdown, um, are the pardons? Is something about the pardons? Is that going to play into this somehow that I cannot even imagine? Thank you, William. So I will take some of your questions, but I think we need to get to the bottom of this. And so I will put in the title after this, and then pinned in the first comment where I will go through. I have everything I cover today, and it'll be time stamped, and you can go right to the first readings, and you can just go through to whatever readings you're interested in. So there is that. And one of the reasons I'm going to do that is because right now I'm about to leave dead air here for about 1 to 2 minutes, because I'm going to go get my kitty. I'm going to go get my co-host Bailey Boo Boo's and Kitty, and I'm going to grab my earrings on the way back because I know exactly which ones I want and where they are. But I need the kitty. We need Kitty. It's Christmas Eve. I need the positive energy generator. We need the positive energy generator. And so I'm going to mute, and I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, look at the kitty. Hello. Hello, good boy. You can just stay right there. It's warm. It's warm right here. He was asleep under the blankets on my bed. And when I lifted up the blankets, he was on his side, practically on his back, like this, with his back legs up on my pillow. And he was like, oh, but I'm warm and I'm happy here. I don't want to. Like, I know. You're so precious, good boy. You are precious, kitty. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. You gonna lie down? Here, you could just lie down. You could just lie down. You could just lie down. Oh, kitten. Or no. I tried to get him here. We saw him for a minute. So anyway, hello. All right, so I guess we're going back to Trump now. Okay, so I go up. Things were definitely definitely cut off from earlier. Todd is saying the pardons are a decoy. I don't know that they're a decoy. I wonder. All right, hear me out. Once I get this out of here because it's crinkly and noisy. Hang on. Okay. All right. It's not flashing, so it should be okay. Hear me out. I don't think au contraire, I don't think the pardons are a decoy. I think that they're part of the point. I think they're part of the deal because he's absolutely, I mean, you can tell that, dead people can tell. He is getting closer and closer to pardoning his immediate family and pardoning himself. And in doing so, I'll be curious what the language is, because if he's going to try to do some kind of blanket pardon, federal, from what? All federal crimes? You think that's not going to end up in the Supreme Court? Really? There may be immense pardon power given to the president, but even this court, even this conservative majority court, are they really going to say we have no power over, here, take all of our power. You can pardon whoever you want, whenever you want, as many people as you want, and yourself forever. Kind of like in the movie Armageddon, where it was like, okay, the guys will do it, but they have some conditions. They don't want to pay taxes ever. It's like, I don't think it's so. I don't think it's it's you put me in power and you support my pardons of myself, everybody in my family, and I'll sign your bill. I'll sign the military appropriations bill because he torpedoed that too. Hello, sweetie. How are you? No, close. So, yeah. Mary Jo saying, I agree with you, Renee. The pardons are illegal during an ongoing crime spree. Yes, they are, and they're going to get worse. They are going. It's not even an if. No, they're going to get worse. So, what do you think, kitten? You gonna sit in my lap? All right. So, if anything, we should probably just start with the basics, and then we can do other stuff. We can do other questions. So, all right. What do you think, sweetheart? He says, I wish you hadn't woken me up. Oh, you can't even be seen. They can't even see you very well, precious one. All right. Trump wants illegal pardons. Are the illegal pardons tied in to him torpedoing all this legislation? Torpedoed. Hello. You okay? You sit in my lap? You gonna come sit in my lap? No. Okay. All right. Tracy, will the courts rule that Trump's pardons are not legally binding? Carmela, pardons may not stand. They didn't go through the Justice Department. Steve, I keep saying that a handful of fed up Republicans can help fast track a new impeachment and get him out now. I haven't been picking up anything like that, though. Accentuar, the bill's veto proof. They could be if there's time. And that's the kicker. If there's time. Because if he doesn't veto it, matter of fact, I think he vetoed the military spending bill. And so they've got to go back and vote again on that. Hello, sweetie. Is my lap? No. Nope, just walking off. Okay. But Kathleen, are we totally impotent to do anything to stop this absolute madman? Until January 20th. But this mess, it's going to get frustrated people to vote Democratic in Georgia. It just is. It's just how it's going to be. All right, so are Trump's illegal pardons, are they mixed up in him torpedoing all of this legislation? Or the next administration will have to deal with it, and that legislation, that new administration may be me. You notice he didn't say us. He said me. Ah, the narcissism. Messenger. Card for the reading is the messenger. That can be Trump. Well, it is Trump sending a message. It could be pardons. Anyway. Carmela, if he doesn't veto, they'll expire in 10 days. Then the new Congress will be seated. True. And in that new Congress, if things go badly in Georgia, then things go badly for McConnell, and Trump gets his revenge on the Republicans. He's like, if I'm going down, you're going down. Geek Hillbilly, Trump's going to pay one heck of a price for his antics. Maybe. For this? I don't think so. It's the Republicans right now. They're going to pay for their deal with the devil. Dealing with Trump, going along with Trump, saying he was just awful and terrible and a rotten human being and the walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins, which he is. But they made the deal with that devil for power. And it's time to pay. I mean, as far as Democrats celebrating, there are no Democrats celebrating the situation because there are children who are hungry. But seeing, it's like, we told you so. We told you. We warned you. We even wore like pink hats. And called ourselves the resistance. We didn't call ourselves the resistance under Bush. Consider how many people died under his watch. Or Senior Bush or Reagan. We called ourselves the resistance under Trump. Maybe you should have paid attention. Anyway, we told you. We told you repeatedly. We told you in memes. We told you in song. We told you in art. We told you on the streets. We told you on T-shirts. We told you in a box. We told you with a fox. All right. Even Republicans voted for Biden. And Republicans may vote for Democrats if they get mad enough at the situation in Georgia. for the runoff on the 5th, I believe it is. Republicans just don't have the votes that they need to stand up. They need Trump's base. They don't have enough votes without Trump's base. And this is a celebration. This might have to do with This might have to do with Georgia. I've been getting a split answer. I'll double check at some point here, but I've been getting, we're going to win one, we're going to lose one. But we'll check again. Republicans out in the cold, but this is also the traditional card of sickness. And those with money being inside where it's warm, and those without money being left out in the cold. And this is Democratic Knights protecting the realm, going out to help the people, bringing sustenance. So that's the situation. All right. Well, he's definitely he's torpedoing them on purpose. But the illegal pardons, are they a part of the deal? I think is what I'm asking here. Let me pull 3 more cards. Because he's boy, is he going to come up with some? He's going to pardon himself. He's going to pardon family members. Let me see. Take action. Hammer. Take action with a hammer. It's not going to be subtle. Trump can do a lot of damage before he goes, not just to the country, but to the Republican Party. And while it might be our first instinct to say, good riddance, it's the people out here who suffer. It's the people who are losing their homes. It's the people who are hungry. They're the ones who are suffering. That's an awful lot of money. 900, I think the emergency stimulus bill is even as it stands, it's like 900 billion, I want to say, plus military appropriations and on, avoiding government shutdown. And Trump just left. That's the legislation. He's like, yeah, whatever. Send me a copy. I'll look out for it whenever. He's in a position of strength. He thinks he's in a position of strength. All right, so I'm not getting the pardon specifically, but he definitely feels like he's in a position of strength about the money. Okay, so I can go one of 2 ways here, and I'd like to go one and then the other. So because I know I want to look at the pardons themselves because they're coming, if they're going to stand. And no, they don't cover state court, but it's still just appalling. Okay. That would tie, but it would tie the hands of the incoming Barr's title. He's not a district attorney. He's an attorney general. Yes, sorry. I get far enough in an alpha state and details elude me. But I also want to go over into government shutdown or things like that. So, all right. Right now we're at 24, 30. Okay. Are the pardons going to stand? Are Trump's pardons, when he pardons his own family members and on, is it going to stand? Because he's going to do it. We know that. This is not a shock. This is not a surprise. Oh my gosh. Never would I have thought such a thing would happen until I met Trump. All right. So is his... Okay. 3 cards. Is Trump going to pardon himself? I'm getting a Well, duh. Sparty, all the people he pardons admit guilt and will lose their Fifth Amendment rights. True. But I wonder if Trump's coming up with some kind of blanket get out of jail free forever card. Because the other thing he would try to make that pardon cover is tax violations. All of his problems with the IRS, poof. He got that $78 million refund that's been, and the oversight of that's been stalled for about 10 years. All of it. Poof. Is Trump going to pardon himself? And Kushner. Kind of like in Hamilton. And Peggy. And Kushner. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't care about people are suffering. What he doesn't care. It is so hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that he does not care. How can you not care? How can you not care? But he doesn't. Get out of jail free. Tra-la, tra-la. Tax problems? Gone. And what kind of blanket pardon is it going to be? I mean, what's the language of that going to be? Aronson, SDNY isn't going away, and he owes hundreds of millions to China due in 2022. JD, stop making crap up. I'm guessing JD is new around here, or am I missing something? Oh. Is he going to pardon himself? Yes. Okay. So are his illegal pardons going to stand? Let me see here. It's kind of his last hope, was what I'm feeling. It's a card of hope, but this feels like his last hope to get out of a mountain of legal problems. Geek Hillbilly, Deutsche Bank has Trump loans due in just a few months. Yes. Plus, Deutsche Bank has loans in a few months. Plus, they've been talking about just trying to get rid of his loans, period. And they can't sell them. They've tried. Nobody wants the baggage that comes with it. Nobody wants to have to deal with Trump that much. So are the pardons going to? Oh, I don't have any moderators. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Are the pardons going? Maybe saying we need a moderator. Hang on, let me see. Mute. Okay. Mods are here, says Cappy's mom. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Cappy's mom. All right. So, are Trump's pardoning of himself? All right, fruits of labor. He thinks of course he can do what he wants. This is his ill-gotten gains. This is he got the presidency, so he can do what he wants with it. And nobody can stop him. The Justice Department nobody can stop him in the Justice Department. But this is a card of a lot. This is a lot coming at him. And quite often I get wands for, it's weird because normally I for legal stuff I get swords because it's the air signs, it's communication, that's typical. And quite often wands are, he's the king of wands. Trump is the king of wands. So I get wands for kind of the way he has the Trump party, basically, the Hatriot party. But this also feels like challenges against it, and it's right in the middle. But this is also the sheer number of pardons and the potentially illegal, corrupt pardons that he's thinking about. It's a lot with a lot of challenge, and it's stopped by everything being called into question, investigators, and then having to question the institution and the broad power of the president, because the way that it's in the Constitution giving the president broad power to pardon people, it cannot be for a corrupt purpose. And there is something along there has been some legal precedent set along the way. I cannot remember when, but there has been a legal precedent set. So will they stand? Got that. And at 32, are the pardons going to the Supreme Court? And is the Supreme Court going to let them stand? Trump pardons himself. I mean, pardoning his kids, what have you. But I mean, the big one's going to be pardoning himself, because he's going to. He just is. Lynott, the bribery for pardon scheme too. Ah, yes, absolutely. Thank you, Lynott. Gravity's working. I checked. Trump is very much convinced he can do whatever he wants and they can't stop him. All right. He is 100% convinced. But that doesn't make it true. Hillbilly SCOTUS can overrule Trump pardons. So that's what I'm asking about. Are they going to? Especially pardoning himself. Oh, wow. I'm getting a very sharp pain in my third eye, for what it's worth. It feels like a knife. Like a very narrow knife, just on the one side of it, just digging straight in. That's not pleasant. All right, is SCOTUS going to... I don't know what that's about. I just share. When I feel weird things, I share them. Autumn, I do a lot of research on various things. Okay. Lynott, that's what I do. I drink tea, read books and the news, and know things. Yes, you do, Lynott. And thank you, Geeko Valley. Dire Visitor, weird. I feel pressure in the same place. Trump is very much expecting them to fight for him. They may not have given him the presidency, but he is expecting them to fight for him. It was the point. His get out of jail free card. Forever. It's coming. And then there's going to be all the uproar. He shouldn't be able to. All right, so there's going to be a bunch of a bunch of pundits on TV going, "Oh my gosh, he can't," and other people saying, "Well, absolutely, he has the absolute power." And then it's you got to point out to them, no, not really. Um, but then, yeah, fruits of labor. He won the 4 years ago, what have you. But those all those legal swords that he thinks they can't use, oh, they're going to use them. Yeah, right in his political back, or right in his, well, actually, right in his legal back. There, it feels like there is precedent set, and there's also um, there's evidence of a quid pro quo. It may not be money. Um, for the ones he gave out, the quid pro quo app, but this is for the, like, the IRS and things like that. For big money. We're talking big money, because they're going to audit. They're finally going to audit Trump, and it's going to be ugly. Cynthia, received my first set of tarot cards. Oh, great. I'm a total beginner. Any expert advice? Keywords. Come to associate each card with a keyword, and then you'll learn more about the cards out from there. I mean, like the justice card's pretty easy. You've already got it. It's justice. It can be balance. It can be legal. It can be, and you'll come up with more meanings over time. But the star card is a card of hope. And then sometimes maybe you'll be drawn to how clear the air is, clearing the air, or the stars shining through, or something about the water. Trying to find something that this is the Eight of Swords is the card of voluntarily holding still. She could walk away if she wanted to, but this is the holding still card. So matter of fact, I'm creating covers for January, February, and maybe the first part of March, where I'm actually, each day I'm actually, in the cover, it's a tarot card and then my explanation of what it means. Those are going to be the covers for the next, there's 78 cards in a deck, so I'm working on those right now. I'm afraid, Garj, I only do political readings here. Okay. So will the Supreme Court let Trump's pardons stand? Because it feels like they're pulling on precedents. And the president would be able to do anything if they can. If the president can pardon himself, he can steal from the Treasury. He can run amok. This is the keyword for this card is disappointment, but it's also, these three cards have been knocked down, but these two cups are still standing. And what that refers to is, you may be sad about what you've lost here, but there's still some good. But it can also mean somebody wanting to kick, because I just do political readings here, and I get cups for Democrats. And this is somebody who it feels like he may have even kicked these over in a fit of pique, like Trump. But that doesn't work. It doesn't take down the Democrats. And of course, anyone who's against Trump is a Democrat. Thank you, Grandma Rose. So, how are they going to let Trump's pardon stand? Nope. He's going to have to pay that tax bill. The institutions have to stand. He's going to have to pay those tax bills. Happy Democrats right in the middle. But we still have to deal with the pandemic, the mess that has been created, and a whole lot of prosecution and investigations and whatnot. So they're not going to stand. That's what I'm getting. So I'm happy. Oh, is Sheila here? Hello, Sheila. You wonderful person, you. All right, 40. Wow, I still have that sharp pain in my third eye. I wonder what's going on with that. All right, what's going on? Okay. All right. So, oh, sorry, 40. Let's say 41. All right. So we should pivot back to torpedoing the legislation. So government shutdown. Okay, we'll look at that. Because there's talk of not only a government shutdown, but a prolonged government shutdown in the middle of a pandemic where millions upon millions of people are hungry. Thank you, Cartomancy. Divers are same head pressure, expanding area. Thank you, BC Mom. One dominant. Autumn. Consciously turn on your crown chakra to open the pathway for the third eye, relieves the ache. Okay, I have. Beautiful dreamer. I hate that Autumn gets third eye shocks, but her readings are super sharp when it happens. Go figure. Thank you. Quinoa. Hello. I don't know how will Sniffy deal with Pat Robertson abandoning him. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the evangelicals. But right now, let's look at the government shutdown, okay? Let's look for information. Yes, because it hurts everybody. Oh, and tapping works too. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Grandma Rose, government shutdown totally sucks. Congress still get paid. None of everyday Joe government workers do. Oh, yeah. There's more damage and more poverty and more. Yeah. Okay. Government shutdown. Is there going to be a U.S. government shutdown in the middle of a pandemic? I'm trying to hold it together. Hit fly on the wall. January 20th cannot come soon enough. Yes. I don't see how the government shutdown would create happy democratic families, but let's have a look. Yeah, yes, the devil card for the government shutdown. That would be accurate. Causing poverty, pain, it's corrupt, it's selfish, it's Now, this is the card of disappointment. This is Trump wanting to kick down what the Democrats are doing, but this also is disappointment. But then we get the Queen of Swords right in the middle again. The Star card and Republicans coming up with a plan. This feels like a break. This is Republicans breaking with Trump. Right here. Hope saying, we don't have to listen to him anymore. He's leaving. He's out of power. He's not working with us. We are our own best hope. And they go back to trying to work something out. The problem is we've got timing issues here. Alice, would the government shutdown interfere with the Georgia election? Well, in theory, it shouldn't, because elections are run on a state level. And shutting down the government would just be the federal government. But so I don't think it would hurt, but correct me if I'm wrong. Katie Moonchild, how to kill a political party in 3 easy lessons. 1, do not care. 2, it is what it is. 3, we don't want them to get lazy. This is a lot of Republican people in Congress saying, you know what? It's like, yeah, you could have done that 4 years ago, but sure. If there is one, I'm not getting prolonged. I'm getting the Republicans throwing up their hands and saying, we're done with him. Let's go talk to the Democrats. Let's get the government open. Oh, is it blurry again? Are we blurry again? It looked okay back here. Let me see. Okay, it looks okay. Let me turn up the quality. Use the little gear. Okay, so it goes blurry, but then it clears up, and let me see, make sure I'm on the right. I'm connected. It's connected and secure. Oh, it's out of sync. All right, let me see. Well, let me do what I did yesterday and refresh this. It'll take just a second. Sorry about this. Hopefully that helped. Okay, second here. All right. Let me know better now. Okay. Well, at least for the moment. Not quite sure what to do. I could try seeing if this is working any better today. And if it doesn't, we'll know why. All right. Let me see. Did that help or not? All right, it might be clearing up a little. Sorry about technical difficulties today. Try this one more time. Okay, I'll shuffle while I'm waiting to see if that worked. Sorry, I was having technical issues. I was hoping that might fix it. Sometimes it brings things back into sync. Then again, it might be a Christmas thing. It might be that it's Christmas Eve because the internet is really busy right now. Rebecca, it looks a little better. You were great until you started messing with it. And actually, no, it was starting to mess up. Okay. It's just going to be difficult. All right. It's not this. All right. Let me see what else I can get to here. All right. So the government shut down. And then yesterday, I was looking at some questions from yesterday. One of them was about voter fraud in Georgia. I feel like we should go there. Possibility of voter fraud in Georgia. Okay. Wonder why that is not reconnecting there. Okay, I think it said that it's not. Oh, someone was just saying, I'm so sorry it went past too quickly. Someone else thinks it's YouTube. Okay, I'm just going to leave it alone. It's the best I can do, I'm afraid. So anyway, all right. I was going to look at there's a good question particularly good question from yesterday, which was potential voter fraud in Georgia. Will that be really awful? Yeah. Just use the little gear in the bottom corner to put it to the highest P level that you can. And other than that, I'm afraid it's YouTube. There's only so much I can do, I'm afraid. Sorry. All right, voter potential. Okay, 52. All right. Is voter fraud in Georgia going to be a problem? And when I mean voter fraud, I think of voter fraud. I know voter fraud to a lot of people means people voting illegally, but I'm thinking it's people voting illegally, but it's also people not being allowed to vote, votes being thrown out. Alice, Georgia messing with the mail-in votes. Yeah. All right, let me see. Shenanigans, mess, voter suppression. Okay, out in America. It's card for America. Okay. All right, so we're in the right area. Oh, Dave's saying it's better now. Good. Well, there's Trump, little bully Trump, still trying to make a mess. Okay. Republicans are struggling in the state. The two people running in the Senate runoff, the two Senate runoff races. McConnell's right. The Republican candidates are being hammered for not helping. Democrats are in a better position, and Biden's going. This is the Biden administration. Trump's in the middle, and of course he's making a mess. And it's going to cause. This is my card for Republicans going into the voting booth, voting Democratic, and leaving. I'm not getting as much fraud here. I'm getting Trump making a mess. Is there going to be voter suppression and that sort of thing? Probably some, but it may not be enough. Let me see. Voter suppression. Voters in Georgia, and then suppression. Okay. At 55. Okay, so will voter suppression make a significant difference? It's snowing here, by the way. It's actually sticking for once. Voter suppression in Georgia. Will there be widespread? Oh, Stacey Abrams. Hello, Ms. Abrams. She's a force of nature. And she's been out there talking to people, and she's had her people have been out there talking to people, and they are active, and they've made other people active. And Biden needs you to, otherwise this is the Republicans interrupting, getting in the way of everything that Biden and the Biden administration want to do. But there are an awful lot of Republican voters in Georgia. Okay, there's going to be some, because there are going to be some laws, some legal things that would normally stop some of the suppression being held up. And so the knights, quote unquote, protecting the Republican realm are able to run a little bit free. Okay, is it enough to sway the election in Georgia? Is it enough to sway? Is the suppression bad enough to make a difference in the final who wins, final decision who wins? Is voter suppression in Georgia, is it going to be enough to change ultimately who wins the Senate seats in Georgia? Okay. These are, I'm not saying Georgia is insignificant. I'm not. I'm saying that they're just like the 49 other states. Their Georgia is one of 50. And so this is what would normally be a much smaller, like a lot of these, the people in charge there, they're big fish in a small pond. But because this is so important, they're kind of small. They're feeling kind of small because there's all this outside pressure, all of this. Yes, it is the Four of Pentacles. No, sorry, it wasn't the Four of Pentacles. It was the Page of Pentacles. They're feeling all this outside money, outside pressure. Yeah, Rebecca, it was the Page of Pentacles. Okay, we have Judgment. That's election day. All right, Eight of Wands. A lot of people voting. Knight of Swords. A fight to keep the election fair, to keep the laws sorted out. This is happy Democrats. This is the Six of Cups. This is Democrats doing quite well in the election. And then it's either because of or and then an action taken, but the wands are Trump. Let's see, what does that mean? And since it's two races, all right. I need more information on that before I move on to something else related. Move on to another question, I should say. There are an awful lot of Republican voters in Georgia. A lot. mobilizing, but I said that the laws would be, some of the laws wouldn't be so strictly followed that would allow the Republicans to run free, causing mayhem. Well, it's actually in this order. What this means is kind of the opposite, because it starts with the Knight of Pentacles, the Republican Knights wanting to run free, and they're trying to suspend some stuff. But this feels a little bit like it's actually them being a little bit hampered, and they're being hampered by the people supporting Trump, the groups of people supporting Trump, the ones who are his political queens. So, yeah, that final action is Trump making a mess, which allows some Democratic success. Now the question is, okay, we're at like 130. All right, I'm going to throw 3 cards on the 2 races, 3 on Warnock, 3 on Ossoff. Are you going to win? Are you going to be a senator in the there's going to be enough voting, TR. There's going to be a lot of voting. Beautiful dreamer. Autumn is clear. Blurry. All right, I'm going to mute this so Okay, I'm sorry about this. I'm afraid there's nothing else I can do. It's the internet, it's YouTube. The audio is excellent. Oh, good, Linda. Okay, well, I'll be sure to explain. I'm going to throw 3 cards each on Warnock and Ossoff. Are they going to win their races to become senators? Pammy saying clear on my phone, fuzzy on my netbook. Sorry. Okay, so So 3 cards for Warnock, 3 cards for Ossoff. Are you going to win your Senate race? All right, Warnock, are you going to win the race? Are you going to become the senator from Georgia? All right, and Ossoff, are you going to become the senator from Georgia? 2 there. So he got 4 cards. Okay, yikes. That's a Queen of Pentacles. That is groups of Republicans. I'm telling you, there are a lot of Republican voters. All right, Warnock, are you going to become the senator from Georgia? Senator Warnock from Georgia. Okay, I've got the King of Pentacles, which would be the traditional Republican, but his time has come, or the wheel, because the Wheel of Fortune goes up and the Wheel of Fortune goes down. But I've got an Ace of Pentacles, and Pentacles are Because isn't Warnock running against Loeffler, who is the richest member of the Senate? It should go down, but there's money here. There's money here. That needs, okay, I need some qualifiers on that. I need a little more info. Just a little more. Just a little more. Let's see. Loeffler, are you going to, is she the incumbent? She's the incumbent, isn't she? Kelly Loeffler, are you going to remain the Georgia senator, the senator from Georgia? Oh, that's a lot of Republicans fed up voting for Democrats. Okay. But. Oh, and who is this upstart? Who is this person who dares? That's a page of cups where it's like she's looking down on this little this little Democrat here. The little people who, don't even have $1 million to their name. Those little people. Corruption. That actually feels like Americans being sick of her. The voters being sick of her. This feels like down home, average Americans. Loeffler was appointed by Kemp. Ah, okay. That would explain it. That does not feel like her sitting pretty, being the empress. No. This is the people and Warnock on either side of the corruption, her corruption, hemming her in. All right, so does Warnock become the senator? Any more information there? Does Warnock win the race and become the senator from Georgia? Trump going down has an effect. Trump is doing damage. Okay, end of his old life. Planning. He has a chance because of Trump, but I'm not getting definitive, but it's feeling like he has a real chance because of Trump. Because Georgia's not exactly a liberal bastion. All right, Ossoff. Purdue didn't even show up to the last debate, did he? Ossoff. Temperance. Okay. Oh, he's been through the ringer, but he's also a fighter. All right, and then I got 2 cards. I don't know, what are these? Oh, that's people out in the cold. People are suffering, and that's a bright new day. Because he showed up. Purdue just bailed on the debate, which says this is everything you need to know about Purdue, which is as little as possible. This is hope. It feels like hope for very beleaguered people. He's been through it too, but he's still fighting. And a new dawn. All right. How about you, Purdue? Are you Purdue? right. All right, pathetic. Are you done, Purdue? He's hoping for a miracle. He's hoping for a Christmas miracle. He's certainly somebody's going to come and save me. Happy Democratic families. But it is a traditionally Republican. Oh, he's out in the cold. There's also going to be some looking into something he's done. Was he the insider trading guy, or were they both accused of that? But he ends up. I'm not getting good feelings about Purdue. Who's does anybody know what the polls are saying for Purdue and Warnock? Anybody? Do you know how the they're tied? Are both races tied? Really? Both. Okay. Purdue and Ossoff. Okay. Both are tied. If Warnock and Ossoff are ahead in polls, John, go back to your $100 million mansion and count your money. Are tied. Okay. Well, Trump is throwing a wrench in this. Okay, so all right, let's do. Did Trump use the Russian hack to destroy evidence, or was the Russian hack used to benefit Trump in some way? Okay. Was the Russian hack used to benefit Trump in some way? Or is this just Cozy Bear? Was the Russian hack used to benefit Trump in some way? If anything, honestly, it feels like Putin this is Putin wanting dirt on everybody. Anybody and everybody. He really is a malicious player in this situation. He also has the energy of a serial killer, but that's just every day. Sheila, very close. 1.2, 1.3, GOP are game playing, poll closing, and usual shenanigans, possibly another runoff. Could there really be another runoff? Oh my gosh. The Russian hack, anything to benefit Trump. This is, wow. I thought Trump was petty. Putin he has this deep hatred. He's living with this deep, deep hatred for America. He wants to see us brought low. Get a hobby. Do something with your life. He wanted dirt on everybody. And he doesn't like Trump more than, and they're all the Americans are the same, and he wants us brought low. But it feels like information made it to Congress, and the Biden administration is going to make hard decisions to do some real damage. Yeah, Putin's going to regret this. But no, Trump isn't. I don't think it was to benefit Trump at all. It was, oh wow. I mean, like, goodbye. Go away, Vlad. You're disgusting. He hates all of us equally. Why would someone spend their whole life with that kind of hatred? You have everything. You have insane amounts of money. Insane. You're the leader of a huge nation. And a beautiful nation. Seriously, Russia, it's beautiful. But no, just hatred. It's like, wow, that's just pathetic. What are you doing? Why are you down in the muck like that? Do you know what I mean? We brought down the USSR. Yeah, but why stay in the muck when you have so much? I don't get it, but I'm here with you and I'm doing the readings, and obviously if I really was that materialistic, I wouldn't be doing this. There's something else here. I could probably do we get the Soviet Union. Charlene is asking, is Trump going to pardon Ghoulaine? It's a state charge she's under. But let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to try? Ugh. Ever there was somebody who deserved to be in prison. At least that's my opinion. But she deserves her day in court. Everybody deserves their day in court. If she can prove her innocence, awesome. Or if the prosecution can't prove her guilt, or more specifically, awesome. I'd like none of it to be true, but I think, yeah, no. All right, Sniffy. Oh, gosh, you're so awful. We'll go back to him in a minute. Are you going to try to pardon Ghoulaine Maxwell? Ghoul parasite. This, oh yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah. That is a well-deserved devil card that she just got. All right. Okay, I've got a Queen of Swords. That's investigators, prosecutors, but investigators, basically they went and got her. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a lot of the men who she could point fingers at. This is Judgment. Big capital letters, Judgment. That's what she's facing. That's what they're all facing. This is more aggressive investigations. Oh, and there's Chad, the hanging man. It's a card of suspension. Is Trump going to have any luck? Because once you start crossing state lines, the FBI gets involved. So is Trump is he going to pardon her for any federal something? Oh. To stop more investigations. Let's see, Chad. Yes. Geek Hillbilly saying no. No to what? So is Trump going to? Oh, it feels like it's falling out with a whole lot of other things. So I've got 2 cards there. Oh, and they're all out in the open because I've got cards just coming straight off the top. But the motivation is coming from, it's more underhanded. Oh yeah, they're going to be a lot, a burden. They're going to be huge. Pardons. It's going to be like so many. Oh, Geek Hillbilly, Trump can't pardon Ghoulaine, not on the state charges. Oh no, but I'm not talking about the state charges. I'm talking about the instant any of these, or she's charged with anything that crosses state lines, the FBI gets involved. All right, this is her corruption. This is her lawyer. Well, lawyers probably. And she's feeling very much abandoned. But center of the card is she's got a lot of information. Like, you don't want to leave me in here. You do not want to abandon me because I have the goods. But this is legal and more prosecution. This is, I've just pulled 2 sets of cards. They're both ending in Chad the hanging man, the suspension. I've got some kind of investigation being suspended because she has the goods. So whether it's Trump or not, I'm getting some kind of investigation being suspended. Now, because I can actually read on this at the moment, because normally I can't because I want to hurl, because I have to go look for the energy. But this way I'm just kind of sliding through. Will the state nail Ghoulaine? Will a state or states get her for what she did? Linda Sue, breaking news. UK and EU reach a last-minute trade agreement. Oh, good. Beautiful dreamer. Oops, Boo Boo doesn't deserve that. What? Was someone saying bad things about Boo Boo? Anyway. All right. So is the state going to basically legally nail Ghoulaine to the wall? If you would please say yes, please say yes. Is the state going to nail Ghoulaine to the wall? It doesn't look good. Oh, okay. There's a switch. Okay. Something has to get switched around. It's like witnesses or charges. It's like, okay, change this to that, change that, and then they can move forward. I don't know what that is. I think it was Boo Boo doesn't deserve Ghoulaine's energy. Oh, that is true. Oh, that is true. Well, she's disgusting. This is a card of the thief. Page of Swords. Hello, little bully Trump. What are you doing here? I'm looking at state charges. Oh, he's a fool. We know that. Working. Republicans working. Democrats. Oh, Democrats are going to start overseeing, keeping an eye on things. This is Republicans under a lot of pressure to try to get her out, but Democratic oversight in Congress or DOJ, even though they may not have jurisdiction on state, it leaves Republicans with much fewer options. But they have very little to show for all of their work. So is the thief, the vile smear of fungus, is she going to spend the rest of her life in jail? Prosecutor, right there. That's what they're going for. Okay. Message of justice. The beginning of justice. Judgment for women. There's judgment right there for women. And there's some kind of confusion, or she'll always say she's innocent or something, but I've got judgment right in the middle. Sword of truth. Sending a message of truth. Message that truth will prevail for the women of America, or for women in general. But it's the men who should be in jail. The ones who took part in it, they should be in jail. She should be in jail, and they should be in jail. But okay, well, all right. Well, that's all I'm getting for today. I'm sorry I didn't take your questions from today. I did take some of your questions that you gave yesterday. Sorry. But I am here 365 days a year. I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, yes, it's Christmas Day, but I'll be here. Same time. 12 noon Chicago time, Central Time in the U.S. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. Merry Christmas. Happy Yule, late, but still Yule. Happy Hanukkah, which is also late, but, happy holidays. All right? I wish you all the best for you. Hang in there. I know it seems very stressful right now, but there are good days ahead. All right, so hang in there, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow. Merry Christmas.